Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the Cultivator Culture. I'm your host, Coach Austin, and with me on the other side is Coach Greg, as usual. And today's special guest is Coach Juan Long. He's been coaching with us for about 9 years here at Steinbrenner, coaches linebackers. He also played in the NFL, was a Buccaneer, was with the Chargers, and he was with the Giants. Um, the best part of what he's got to bring is he's full of energy, and he smiles a lot, right? But we want to bring him on today because it's senior night tonight, and last week we talked about having Gregory, who is Coach Greg's son, finally getting up here to the high school ranks. But Coach Juan had both of his sons, Zion and Judah, that graduated. And quite fittingly, now that it's senior night, we wanted to bring him on. I wanted to first introduce him and see how he was doing. How you doing today, Coach Juan? You doing all right?
Doing great, guys. Thanks for having me.
No,
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, listen, your head looks shinier on film.
Looking beautiful.
Beautiful. So tell me, what is it like? You're the only one on our staff that's had our players that have come through here. Your sons come through here. Sons graduate through here. What was senior night like for you last year?
For me, it was different. As you said, I've been here for 9 years, and the 8 years prior, I was always a part of senior night, just saying, "Oh, great job to the guys. Thanks for all they've done for us and their contributions." But then senior night last year for me, I was kind of good pregame. Actually, during the game, it was okay. But then when the game actually ended, I saw my son sitting down on the field and reflecting on the memories that he had in the past years. And as it hit him, it kind of hit me. Like, wow, this is it. This is our last time being together. And I got a little emotional, I must admit. Knowing I'm a tough guy, but his side,
Tough guy.
Took a little bit, but it was different for sure.
Yeah. Now, with you, Coach Gregory hasn't experienced a senior night, and yours is coming up in the next few years. We've been putting kids through here year after year after year. What's this senior night mean to you?
Woo, man! I'll tell you what. We have a cool class of seniors who, when I started bringing my son to your workouts at your place on the weekends where you build those guys, the Polar Pop Club. I got to know this group of seniors a little different than some of the past ones. And Will Miller is a guy, number 30, one of the greatest leaders we've had in this program, in my opinion. I've been fortunate enough to teach him. I've had him in class for 4 years. Different classes. The kid's smart, don't worry. I've had him in different classes for 4 years. So I've gotten to know him as a student. I've gotten to know him outside as a mentor to my son, and then as a player. And just to see these guys now getting to that point where they're going to walk across that field for the last time on our home turf, it's going to be emotional for me. I love that my son gets to experience some of his leaders moving on and seeing what that's like. And it's crazy. We're coming to the end of this year already. It's wild how fast it goes by every year.
Yeah, I think it's every year. It seems like that the year goes by faster and faster, but it always seems like you are pouring into the kids so much, and then by the time they figure it out, it feels like the season's done. I think for me, every senior night is one in which where the kids, you see them, you've spent all your time trying to make them independent and make them self-sufficient, and this is that moment when you can actually kick them out of the nest and say, listen, you can do this. It's time to fly. It's time to shine. It's time to go be great. So tell me, Coach Juan, what do you think some of the pros are about coaching your own kids in high school? What are some of the perks, some of the things that you enjoyed about when coaching your own two sons?
For me, my coach Zion, because Zion played linebacker, I was able, as a player, to be blessed to have coaches like Tony Dungy, Monty Kiffin, Bobby Beathard, with San Diego Chargers. Guys were great coaches and great mentors. And so I was able to pour into Zion as a linebacker the things that Levy Smith taught me while I'm sitting in the room with Derrick Brooks and other guys. So I had that direct impact with him because I was his position coach. And so I was able to have that influence on him from being a coach in his position.
Nice. How about you, Coach Greg? What do you think? What are some of the pros about being able to watch your son and coach him on a daily basis?
The one, I mean, obviously it's incredible. It's really cool to, have that bond on the field. It's nothing like it. But one of the interesting things is as coaches, we pour so much time into kids who aren't our own. They become family to us. But a lot of time that takes away from your family at home. So for those two worlds to merge now and me having the opportunity to kind of share that field that I love with my boy and watch him grow, it's really special to me.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I think I like, and I love football. I love sports, and it's awesome to be able to share the field with my sons and to see them discover that they can do particular things, that they're actually skilled at things, or when they learn a skill, the light bulb turns on. I like being there in that moment because I know right from there that kid, not only did he just find something new, but he knows he's just learned about himself a little bit more. So it's really cool. But there's also a lot of negative things about having kids on the field with you. Coach Juan, what do you think with the two boys? And I know your two boys, they were rambunctious here.
Yes.
And
at times.
Yeah. But tell me, what are some of the cons of coaching your own kids?
Actually, it's what Coach Pussy just said for me, because I did coach Zion. I was his coach. There were times where I forgot to turn the switch off for being coach. On the ride home, we would ride home, and after the game, we're doing a practice, and I was fussing him about his mistakes. You did this wrong. You hit the wrong step, wrong read of the guards, those kind of things. And I'm just kind of badgering. And then one day, he finally told me, he was like, yo, just be dad right now. Stop being coach. And that checked me. Yeah. I was like, wow. Because he never spoke up prior to that. And when he did that, it let me know that I was being way too intense. And I was worried about Zion, the football player, as opposed to Zion, the kid. Okay. Because he said, I'm so used to pouring to other people, just going, and pushing, that he reaches a breaking point at that point in time, and maybe realize that I need to back off and just be dad sometime and leave football on the football field.
That's awesome. Coach Greg, what about you?
Well, we talked a little bit about it last week where I mentioned my father was my coach, and he was very set in the way that you'll talk to me when you're ready to talk to me. And that's one thing I think I've done a good job of taking on. But I'm good in the sense that I have guys that are father figures to my son on the field. So when I'm coaching him hard, he has dad there still and other men. And when I'm being a fan, he's got coaches that are going to ride him hard and get in him, where I don't have to be concerned, am I being too hard here? So I know you guys are going to step in when he needs to be checked. So it's a good thing, man. It's a really cool experience. It's weird. Like, it's weird because he was just born. Like, he was just asking you for money so he could raise money for Kids for Cancer when he was 7 years old, running 5Ks with his mom. And now I look over and kid's bigger than me. He's getting ready to drive. And I'm like, what? Where did time go, man? This is crazy.
Yeah, it's us too. I mean, we're a little different because my guys are still little. They just started the football journey, and they are learning everything. I mean, not only how to run the right way, how to make tackles, but they're also learning from kids in different walks of life, from different socioeconomic classes. They're learning, behaviors. They're learning bad words. They're learning, like things that, as a dad, you're like, no, but at the same time, as a coach, there's that weird locker room talk that you're used to that is okay when you're on the field, but then when you're at home, you're like, wait a minute. And then your son goes, wait, I said that on the field and you didn't get mad to me. And now you're upset with me. So I think that's difficult for me, especially because my guys are young and they're still learning like what's right and wrong. So they're testing the boundaries. Not that they don't when they get older, because they absolutely test the boundaries. But I think that it's separation. The separation of being a dad and being a coach is always a difficult thing when it comes to coaching your own kids. Switching a little bit of gears now, let's talk about something completely different.
Can I intro this?
Sure.
Ed O'Bannon and Charlie O'Bannon were my arch nemesis for so long, because NCAA college football game got banned from EA Sports because these dudes wanted to be paid for their likeness.
True.
Damn you, O'Bannon brothers, is what I would say for like 10 years, right? And now we're at the point where NCAA football is coming back this summer. I'm excited. I know you guys are excited.
Heck yeah.
But let's talk about NIL and the effect it's having on the sport, not only college sports, but the trickle-down effect it's having on high school sports.
In fact, what's happening is just at the beginning of the month, the FHSAA is putting a proposal together that is going to approve NILs for high school athletes starting at the beginning of the year. Now, you can see what's starting to happen to the college game, but I want to get your opinion, Coach Juan. What do you think of NILs? What do you think of NILs in college? What do you think of NILs in high school?
Do you wish they had it when you were in college?
Yes.
Let's start with that. Yes, I wish they had it while I was in college. Definitely. I'm so jealous right now of these guys. But no, I do think it's a good thing. And the reason I say that is for those who have been in college, or maybe you don't know about it. If you're in college football player at a major school, I played in SEC, Mississippi State. During the season, we were up at 5 in the morning for workouts. Go work out. They run you, they train you, you're tired as all get out. Take a shower, go eat breakfast, go to class, come eat lunch, do a couple classes for study, things like that. Leave, go to practice at 2 or 3 o'clock. You're there from 3 to 6 o'clock, practicing the film and everything else. Come back, eat dinner, watch film again, and then the next day, do it over again. So that's your life.
It's a life.
That's your life, exactly.
But where'd you have time to work and make money?
You couldn't work at me, exactly. Football, that was it. And so for that reason right there, I say guys do deserve the money they're getting for its opportunity at least to get the money. I do like that on the college level. High school, I think a little slippery slope because of the fact that I think they still can be students still and everything because they have a life to live. I actually have a friend of mine who left the state of Florida and took his kid to Georgia for NIL in high school. Yeah. And his son is
getting paid
now, playing high school sports because of NIL money.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm the same. The college athlete lifestyle is brutal. And there was a day and time, and you know it too, on where there wasn't the rule where they had to only train you 20 hours. They had their hands on you as many hours as they could get you, and then you had to try to study, and then you had to try to sleep, and you had to try to hang out and have a normal college experience. Where now there's all these rules in place that give you a chance to breathe and relax, give you a chance to be a college kid, and now they're paying too. So, I agree with you. I think it's a good thing now in high school, and as much as you and I are not teachers, and when we go out and we hunt, we eat what we kill. The teachers, unfortunately, Coach Greg is a teacher here at the school. He's the department head of science. We love him to death, but my man is broke. and
Donate and subscribe.
Yeah, yes, but where I see the NILs in high school, I understand it, but I don't know what it's going to do to the dynamic of the coach and player, the coaches and players, where now the coach can try to demand something out of a player that's making quadruple what a teacher is making, plus his couple $1,000 stipend in a year. So, I see it and I understand the but it's all the business of everything now, I think. And now when kids where parents were trying to cash in on their kids, as a meal ticket to go to college, to go pro, now they can say, I'm cashing on my meal ticket in high school. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's odd to me. What do you think?
So I did not play at a Florida or Mississippi State. I played at Union College Division III. I was lucky enough to get a lot of my tuition paid for through academic money.
Nerd.
So nerdy, this guy. Now, same thing, same schedule was insane. I came from a family that did not have a lot of money, and I had to do a work study, find time for a work study. And it usually was on the weekends, on Sundays, or real late at night in the weight room. And some of the kids today are complaining, like looking for jobs because they're only making $12, $13 an hour. I legit made $3.55 an hour in my work study. So
money.
making like $50 checks a week. I was pumped, and I was like, "Hey, we can go out for dinner this week, maybe once." And I was broke again. So it's tricky, man. Like, I love that the college guys are getting paid. I think the pay they are getting is a little out of hand. When you have guys like the number one prospect of the country, Caleb Williams, who's basically saying, I make more money in college than I would in the pros, so I'm just going to stay here. Yeah. And then now he's saying, if you want me to come to your team, you have to give me ownership. I understand his position. I think it's brilliant because you're changing the game, but it's a little wild just to see where this is going right now. The high school thing is baffling to me for the same reasons you're talking about. Does this cause player coach issues where they don't need to be there because coaches already have a million hats they have to wear, and you're already losing a lot of really good coaches in Florida to other states because Florida notoriously just does not have big stipends for their coaches, and coaches are underpaid in the state of Florida. All the surrounding states make way more money.
So I hear that.
Hashtag pay Florida coaches.
That's right.
But it's a wild time to be alive, and it's exciting to see where this is all going. And we have first class tickets, so it's pretty cool.
You said something. It was a week or two ago about NILs and stuff it was interesting to me, right? Like you said that like the Division II and Division III level is like the new Division I level, because Division I level is more like free agency in college football. Mm-hmm. Because say I'm a college level athlete, and I accept a scholarship to a big school, like an SEC school. I'm sitting behind 4 or 5 other excellent SEC 4-star, 5-star guys. Well, I'm getting the top level training, the top level nutrition, a top notch education, and then and I might win the SEC championship. I might win a national championship, and I may have gotten very little playing time. But then by the end of the season, because of the transfer portal now I can just cash in and say, listen, boom, here's what I have and what I accomplished. And now you got a kid that's coming out of high school that doesn't have a single, college snap. And you got, a guy that's been sitting in the wings, but's been lifting like a champion, been eating like a champion, been on the field with champions, and maybe was a champion. As a college coach, I mean, who are you taking? You know what I'm saying?
Especially when the concept of these college coaches, they do an incredible job in their programs, but they have to win games.
Yeah.
And are you going to try to develop guys for 2 years when you're on the hot seat possibly? Or are you going to go get guys that are ready right now and may not develop into your system great, but they're already college-ready players? It's tricky.
Now, listen, Coach Juan, if you had an option when you play college, like when I played as well, would you, if you had an option to transfer, if some other coach and some other program said, hey, we got a better package for you, we might use you, might start you, we might give you the position you're looking for, would that entice you to transfer from the school that you're at? You played at Mississippi State. Would it entice you to transfer, even though you have a great relationship with the coach and a great relationship with your teammates?
I think something that I would definitely consider if I wasn't playing. Each kid is different situation. Some kids are homesick, they leave. Some kids, cause a girlfriend, things like that, relationships, playing time. So each kid is different. For me, I was like an hour from my house, so I had a convenience factor of my parents could come see me at any point in time. So that played a part of where I chose to go to school, have that convenience. My first couple of years there, I got redshirted my first year, so there was no playing time.
Yeah.
The next year, special teams, a little bit of playing time, and sophomore year, kind of the same thing. So really,